Welcome to Universe Beyond. I am the guide for this infinite journey. Tonight, we delve into the unseen stories woven into the very fabric of time and space. Imagine a star that once burned with the ordered light of a thriving world, now a quiet ember in the dark sea of the galaxy. Across light years of vacuum and dust, evidence can be fainter than the echo of a bell heard through stone. We search for signatures in starlight, for the slightest skew in a spectrum that might betray a machine, a city, or a vanished industry. We peer at radio silence as if it were a language, parsing absence into meaning and danger. This is not mere curiosity, it is the science of absence, the discipline of reading the negative space of the cosmos. Long before we built our first radio, civilizations may have risen and folded like tides against the rocks of time. Some might have been brief sparks, their entire history contained within a single stellar century, gone before neighboring worlds learned to listen. Others may have grown and retreated into modes of existence that escape our instruments, folded into physics we do not yet apprehend. What does it mean for intelligence to exist and then to stop manifesting itself in ways we recognize as culture or signal? Consider the great filter, the concept that at some stage of development the path to cosmic permanence is perilously narrow. Is the filter behind us, granting us rare passage through improbable gauntlets of chemistry and catastrophe? Or is the filter ahead, an invisible precipice on which advanced societies stumble and vanish into irrecoverable silence? Each possibility carries a different moral gravity for our future and for the fate of minds scattered across time. Some vanished civilizations leave ruins of consequence, megastructures that alter stellar flux, unusual waste heat, atmospheres scarred by unnatural chemistry. Astroengineering should be loud, if it exists, like the ring of a bell made from a planet-sized metal. Yet the universe offers many ways to hide, technologies optimized for efficiency emit little entropy, and advanced intelligences may prefer stealth over spectacle. Is silence then a choice, a strategy to avoid predation by entities whose motives we cannot fathom? There is also the economy of time to consider, for stars do not grant immortality in their present forms. A civilization might seed its knowledge outward, compressing memory into stable artifacts that drift between systems, waiting to be discovered by a future archaeologist of light. Or it might collectivize into a form of mind that no longer communicates in photons and radio, moving inward to computational realms dense and private. Such transitions would make detection unlikely until we, too, learn to think in their modes of expression. Cosmic hazards are real and varied, from nearby supernovae that sterilize worlds to gamma-ray bursts that erase eons of biospheres in a single breath. Planetary catastrophe can be abrupt, a tipping point where climate, geology, and unintended technology conspire to end a civilization's audible life. Yet extinction is not the only silence, self-imposed exile and voluntary retreat into non-communicative states are equally plausible endings. We must remain humble about the forms intelligence may take and patient about the timescales on which it acts. There are philosophical dangers in our search as well, for every detection is a map of interpretation shaded by our biases. We project our histories, our narratives of progress, onto the heavens, assuming epochs will look to us as we look to them. The silence might therefore be a mirror, reflecting our own limitations rather than the absence of others. How much of the cosmic quiet is a lesson about our instruments and how much is about the universe's true nature? One hypothesis speaks of the dark forest, a cosmos where noise invites destruction and discretion is survival. If civilizations learn that broadcasting their coordinates summons predators or competitive powers, then silence is wisdom and secrecy is evolutionarily favored. In that cold calculus, an unseen civilization may be the most successful of all, utterly invisible and therefore unmolested. Another vision is of transformation rather than disappearance, where minds move to substrates that no telescope easily reads. Transcension into the dense realms of computation or into dimensions of cognition could render earlier artifacts obsolete and invisible. We might find only the faintest breadcrumbs, anomalous information artifacts, engineered isotopes lingering in planetary crusts, or microscopic traces of purposeful chemistry. Detecting such subtleties will demand new sciences and a willingness to rethink what counts as a footprint of intelligence. And yet there are softer possibilities, that life is wondrously rare and civilizational emergence a delicate weave of coincidences rarely repeated. A galaxy filled with solitary islands of life may simply be a testimony to the improbability of complexity, not its malevolence. If so, our silence is not a threat but a sacred vacancy, a canvas for our own fragile aspiration to write a lasting story. This perspective places on us the stewardship of possibility, fragile and immense. In the practice of looking we learn both science and humility, calibrating instruments and tempering expectation. We search for techno-signatures with telescopes and for artifacts among asteroids, mindful that discovery may arrive as a whisper rather than a trumpet. Every null result is a data point, a contour on a map that guides where we look next and how we refine our questions. We must expand our imagination to include both catastrophe and subtlety, violence and grace, loss and metamorphosis. If civilizations have vanished, their reasons will be as various as their compositions of mind and matter. Perhaps they succumbed to the very curiosity that made them great, or perhaps they chose silence to preserve what they loved from a cosmos that can be unkind. We are left with a moral choice about how to interpret the void we face and how to proceed with the fragile intelligence we possess. Will we rush outward in noisy confidence or move with the cautious wisdom of species that have learned the weight of existence? For now we continue to listen, to scan, and to imagine, treating absence itself as a profound clue in the detective story of the universe. The search for unseen civilizations is not merely a scientific program, it is an ethic of attention, a pledge to keep asking despite the void. There is dignity in seeking, even when answers are shrouded in ages and the galaxy keeps its secrets. We are small readers at the edge of a vast, unread book, turning pages with reverence and wonder. Thank you for watching Universe Beyond. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a like.